Jordan Long, and today I'm gonna talk about, this that happens. Alright, so I got this one thing. It's about picking my nose. Now, there are a lot of folks out there that will give you sakes and whys and grounds to why nose picking is unhealthy and unclean. And, you know, but why is it not why is it not seen as nose picking when one has some kind of sheet over one's finger? I don't understand that. You know, it's like, oh well, if you see, it's like, I don't understand how it's all right if you have a sheet and you're doing it, but if you're doing it by your own fingers and you have no sheet, then it's wrong. I don't know. And there's also this other thing about nose picking. Some folks seem to believe, or at least this is just a thought and belief, that if one's picking one's nose, one cannot be wise. Well, being wise and nose picking have nothing to do with each other. Someone can be wise, but then not have a sheet or anything to blow their nose or pick their nose with. So sadly, they got to do it. Now I get it. Nose picking is seen to be unhealthy and unclean because you might be touching something or with something that somebody else might touch or might eat or whatever, and they could get ill. So I can understand that. But at the same time, if you're keeping it to yourself and you're not putting it on anything or anyone, then I won't see the hang up in it. Well, now, since you got this illness, but then there are a bunch of other illnesses too that are still out there too, it's even more less of nose picking. And why? Because I get it in my head, I got stuff in my nose, I want to get it out, but it's an ongoing fight because you're always going to have stuff in your nose, and even if you have a sheet or not, you're not going to get everything out of your nose. But the grounds to the film is about folks who say, well, if you're picking your nose, then you're not wise, which I guess they mean to say it's an unwise thing to do. Not saying that someone is dumb for picking their nose, and only someone who was truly wise wouldn't be doing that. Maybe that's what they mean. You know, maybe that's what they mean. That it's not wise to pick your nose. Because it doesn't have anything to do with someone's wisdom, right? Because someone can have wisdom in many things, and the nose picking isn't going to take that wisdom away. It might be unwise for them to be doing it, or for me to be doing it. Be like, that's a very unwise thing to do. Yeah, well, it is. But now these days I do it by myself in my own room. I don't go do it around others like I once did, or I should never have been doing in the first stead. But this whole film isn't about saying if nose picking is right or wrong. It's not unlawful, but it's not sinful, wicked, or evil. But about folks saying that folks don't think you're wise if you pick your nose. I think they mean that it's not wise for you to pick your nose. Not that someone can't be wise and be picking their nose. I think they meant to say it's an unwise thing to do, is by picking your nose. That might be what they mean. It's not like someone sat down with someone and then did a wisdom seek with them to see how wise they were, and then said, well, they're picking their nose, they're not wise then. Alright, write them off of being unwise. Yeah, that would be like when I went to go to Learn Hall all those years. Or that'd be like when I was doing my seeking at Learn Hall or something, and then they looked at my sheet and said, well, we're going to give you a 100, but oh, you're picking your nose, so I guess you're not wise, so we're going to knock you down a grade. Yeah, and there probably are folks out there who, I mean, it's not like that. But here's my guess what they mean. They mean that it's unwise for someone to be picking their nose. So if someone is picking their nose, then they're being unwise and choosing to pick their nose. Not that, oh, they're dumb and they don't know nothing about nothing. Because that would be hard to build, that would be hard to escape, that would be hard to show. Well, Jordan, you were picking your nose, so that means you're not wise. That means you don't really know nothing about nothing. And you're not very wise at all. Well, I just picked my nose by mistake. But I'm wise and I know a lot of things. Some of it I learned, and some of it I already know. Get my thing? It'd be like saying, "Whoa, you wear eyewear, you're already wise, you don't need to do any learning." Oh, but you pick your nose, so well, I just knocked down your wisdom. And that's what they mean. You know, yeah, that probably is. That's truly what they mean. That when folks say that, you know, because I'm very wise. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. No one knows everything. Only God does, and Jesus. Um, but I'm very wise. I know a lot of things. So I picked my nose. Did that mean I'm not smart, not wise anymore? Does that mean everything I learned at the Learn Hall and everything I learned at home and everything I just learned in life is gone? Boom. Well, you're not wise anymore. Nose picking. You don't have, that would be like you don't have to go through and have a wisdom seek done to you to see how wise you are. All you gotta do is just see all you gotta do is see if someone picks their nose or not. And they're not covering it. Oh, well, guess what? We don't have to sit them down now for a wisdom seek now. Let me know what you think about that. I'm Jordan Long, and I hope you like this film.